Hey guys, so I got another pick a deck reading for you. We got the Tarot of the Abyss, the Dragon deck, the Tattoo Tarot, and the original Tarot to choose from. So I'm going to be pulling energy from people who picked this. So if you want to help me try to pick up your energy, you can pause the video, act like you're touching the one that you're picking, meditate on it for a second, put your energy on it a little bit, or you can just think you picked it. Whatever. I'm just going to try to get the energy of the people who picked into this and see what we get. These will be general readings since I'm picking from like different energies. So some of it may be for you, some of it may be for other people. You could be lucky and it could just be your whole story, or none of it could be for you. That's just kind of how general readings work. So don't force anything to fit if it isn't resonating, you know? So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I think I'm going to start with the Tarot of the Abyss first. So I'm seeing a relationship here, and like there's really this vibe of it's too good to be true type of thing, and really I should go ahead and just separate these cards because it's just like here's one side, here's the other side, basically is what I'm seeing. I should get one more card. Oh, sorry. You know, I'm going to pause it for a second, but I'm used to pausing for TikTok because, like, shuffling would just take up so much time that, like, I would shuffle for a whole video, basically. Because they really limit the time for videos, but some people like to see the shuffling. So I can do that on YouTube because there's not really a time limit on there like TikTok. So if you guys like shuffling, let me know. I'll stop doing this pausing thing if you guys want to see shuffling. So on one side, I feel like this top card also goes here in this situation. So for one side, and be honest and just claim the energy, if like, because this is a situation that seems too good to be true to one person, and the other person's being very nurturing and kind. So, and it's just like, okay, when's the beast going to come out type of thing here. And so we have the Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Emperor, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So, sorry, I was going to say the next side, but like seeing these two combined, I'm just like, okay, you're really feeling whatever, I'm not going to say you because I don't know what side you're on. Just be honest with what side resonates for you. But one side is feeling very defensive because of all the anxieties, sleepless nights, the scenarios that they'll make up in their head, all the fights they're having in their head. And it's like if they could just get a shred of evidence that that's true, even if it's a dream. Like one of those people that just like, I saw it in a dream, it's true, like, fuck you type of thing, excuse the cussing. But it's just like, there's so much sword energy, so much mental things. It's just like, okay, I have to have the upper hand, I have to understand, this seems too good to be true, I'm going to investigate, I'm looking for clues. You're looking for the negative, or this energy is, whoever this energy is. And it's like, as soon as you find it, you strike because you want to win. You can't lose. You can't let this person affect your stability because you're fine on your own. You're strong, you're independent, but like you're just so afraid of this person like wrecking your shit that you're gonna wreck theirs if you even get a shred of evidence of them wrecking your shit. This first energy anyway. And this first energy has so much air energy, could be any of the air signs basically. But specifically, I see Aquarius, and I also see Aries. So one of you could have that in your chart, or you could be dealing with it, depending on what side of the story you're on. Sorry, it's just like, with this being general, I don't know what side you're going to fall on. So the other side has this Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, which I just kind of saw them as like, hey, I got you something, like, and you're just like, okay, like, what are you offering me? Like, what's the real reason? And this King of Pentacles, and it's like they keep showing up, really reliable, really strong, sturdy, and you're just like, okay, but when you gonna falter? Like, it always happens. No. and like we got the Lovers and the Empress, and it's like I think they're really trying to nurture a strong connection with you, and it's really triggering some sort of trauma with you. Perhaps, maybe you just need to address some things if you're this side. If not, the other person does. I'm going to assume you're this side, though, because this is the first energy I pulled. Just to make this energy, but take what side resonates. It's just going to make it easier so I don't have to keep going, oh, what side you resonate with, I'm going to assume you resonate with the first side, but take what side resonates. So, the person you're dealing with just keeps offering stability. They're like, oh, I'm trying to get this, like, locked down. Like, they're very passionate about this relationship. They keep putting in effort. They're trying to nurture this growth. They're trying to nurture the connection. And, like, I just see them kind of being like, anytime you're having this type of energy, instead of being defensive, it's almost like they try to reassure you instead. And you're just like, why aren't you trying to fight me? Like, why aren't you trying to fight me right now? And it's just so triggering to you. And you're just like, I can't with this right now, because why aren't you trying to fight me? Why do you just keep trying to love me and be good to me? Like, it's really triggering and upsetting for one side here. And so, on this other side, we do have Earth signs in general. We have specifically Virgo, we have Gemini, we have Taurus, and we have Libra. Doesn't have to be any of those that you are or the person you're dealing with is, but I just kind of see this as, this technically doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be like just a really good situation you walked in. This could be a friendship. This could be a job where you're just like, okay, but when's the mess gonna happen? When's the storm gonna happen? Like, no. So let's go ahead and get some advice for you. So I know there's two energies, but I'm gonna take this from the perspective of this person needs the advice, the person who has like a lot of anxiety. So I'm because I feel like this person's doing their thing. They're being very patient and loving, and I honestly feel like this person needs the advice here. If you feel like you resonate with this side and you need advice for this situation, you know what? I'm just gonna do them for both. Okay. Sorry, thinking that through. I'm just gonna do them for both. I was gonna say you can comment if you resonate with this one and wanted advice. I can make another part, but I'm just gonna do them for both. Okay. So I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm talking to someone who you've been in an abusive relationship. You've been through some sort of trauma, and this is really, that's why you're having such a hard time believing that they just have good intentions. And I think this is something you need to work on. You need to find your power. You need to, and I'm not saying this out of any judgment, by the way. This is just advice that's coming up. I think therapy is good for everybody. Exploring like your triggers, what's going on, is this me or is this actually them? It's good, and I think you just need to understand where you are, where your perspective is, because like the Queen of Cups was the first card that popped out, and I did a little psychometry on it, and I just saw you like freaking out and lashing out at someone who's just trying to hug you basically. And it just makes you so uncomfortable being around like someone trying to love you basically. And I think these are things that you may have to work through letting go. You're gonna have to and this may end up coming with a separation, but it's like these are things that you, maybe not a separation, but maybe like time to yourself to isolate a little bit to work through these things. Maybe therapy. And again, there's nothing wrong with therapy if you need it. I mean, hell, I'm in therapy. It helps. It's just, so I'm really not judging you. It's just, I don't think you're really seeing the situation completely. You're not able to really um, accept this situation, and he offers, like, you push everything away basically, and whatever you left behind, you're walking forward, but you're still holding on to, and there's like a little bit of a, okay, we need to release, we need to feel good again, we need to ground and understand the direction we're walking in and feel good about the direction we're walking in. Be able to, this may come with a little bit of compromise as well. I was just thinking, okay, like, you may have to trust them a little bit, and maybe for a little bit of time, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what would help you trust them better. Maybe a therapist could help with that. I was going to say something about that. I felt like that's what the compromise thing was, but I don't really feel like I should make up things here. Maybe you know what would help you. Um, and it's just like, okay, but be reasonable about it. Don't, like, put them in an uncomfortable situation either. But something that would just put your mind at ease, because I feel like this person is trying to reassure you and everything, but it's also just figuring out, okay, do you want to be here? Does it make you feel good? And is it just the past that you wanted to let go of? Are you still clinging to that a little bit and seeing it through those eyes because you do not want to be in that situation again because it was very harmful to you? Um, Yeah, if therapy is an option for you, I would really do it or find some way to work through these things. Um, so, signs on the table could be you, could be the person you're dealing with. I see Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Cancer. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get advice for the other side. Oh, I didn't show you the cards. I don't know if you want to see that because there is a little bit of a glare here. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. Didn't really show you that good. We have the Hanged One. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Death card. And we have Temperance. Which is interesting on that Death card and the advice. I was kind of like, okay, are we letting go of this situation, or are these, but I kind of feel like it's more of like letting go of these fears, trying to work through them and transform, and make this situation better more than anything else. But there's also an element of like understanding what you need and how you need to heal, because I think healing from all this trauma should be your first priority, honestly, because it's just, you need to be good first, you know. So let's go ahead and get advice for the other side. So I think I pulled this advice unknowingly that I was pulling it on the condition of the other advice. So, like, the first person needs to go on a healing journey, basically. May need therapy, all of that. So second person, the one that's been more of a loving energy that's kind of triggering to the other person. Not that you're a bad person, it's just, well, if you're here, I'm sure you listened to the whole thing. I've kind of went over it. So, this is at the point where you need to decide if you're okay with this situation, because moving forward, there may be times where it doesn't really feel like it's progressing right now. It may feel like, okay, are we growing or are we not? But the thing is, I think their mental health should be their first priority. They need to heal. They need to be able to trust. So this feels like this would be a long process here. Like this. So is this a situation you want to be in? Does this inspire you? Do you have hope in this situation? Do you really enjoy being here? Is this something that you can keep putting work in? This is something you need to consider. Are you going to be upset at the relationship feeling a little stagnant, like not really feeling like it's going anywhere, basically? for a little bit, because this person's going to have to build trust and focus on their mental health for a little bit. Um, and like, it's kind of like in this Ten of Pentacles, you're taking the long way around to this long lasting success in this relationship if you guys get there, because that's the goal, I feel like, for you. But you're not taking the stairs. See how there's like stairs in the hand that kind of goes up to the other hand here? I just kind of see you like walking a different path. You're not, it's not doing that normal, like, okay, step one, step two, step three. In a relationship, it's like, can we walk on this trail for a little bit? Can we just enjoy each other's time for a little bit? And that's not to say that you can't have like a boundary of, okay, but like, I do need like a commitment from you. I want monogamy if that's what you want. I know people want different things, but like, if I'm assuming if this person's wanting trust, like part of that may be like a commitment thing. I don't know. I don't know. This is your relationship. They're your boundaries. You can still have them up. You can still be official. I just don't see it being like the whole like, okay, we've been dating 3 months, now we're moving in together, or now we say we love each other. Like, I don't think you can put that type of thing on it. It may just be like, okay, we're official. Let's enjoy this for a little bit. Let's enjoy getting to know each other. Let's enjoy dating for a little while they kind of do their thing, get heal, and take their time trusting you. This situation just needs patience, basically. So, signs in this: Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio. You guys, I know I've been reading off signs. You guys don't have to be any of these signs. Just reporting the signs in the cards. They could always be timing as well. I'm saying that at the end of the reading. Like, you guys could have got together during Aquarius season, for example. But anyway, so I'm going to show you the cards, then we'll get to the next deck in case you want to see them. So, we got the Star, we have the Chariot, we have the Awakening, which is like the Judgment card of this deck. We have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, you didn't really get to see that, did you? And I showed you this earlier, but we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helped. Now we're going to go ahead and move on. What one would I do next? The Dragon deck. We're going to do the Dragon deck. Okay, Dragon deck, it is your turn. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. I asked the Tarot of the Abyss people, like, do you guys want to see shuffling? I stopped including shuffling in my channel because when I started doing TikTok, like, I shuffle too long for those videos. So I'm just used to pausing while I shuffle. If you guys like seeing it though, like, YouTube doesn't have that, like, okay, it's been a minute, now your video's cut off type of thing. So just let me know and I can record the shuffling, because some people do like to see that. Okay, so if you pick the Dragon deck and you're uncomfortable with like adult themes, I guess, this may not be the deck for you. And I'm saying that because I don't know exactly where this is going to end up going, but this card flipped out when I was shuffling. I was like, okay, so let's go ahead and get it. And I'm just getting, okay, someone's either seducing or being seduced. It's one of the two. So I don't know where this is going to go, but that's where it started. So if you're uncomfortable with that, this may not be your reading. Put that disclaimer out there, so we're going to go ahead and get into that. When I flipped this card, I just heard, look at all the things I can offer you. Like, I have so much. Like, you're feeling yourself, you're feeling good, and you know what you have to offer, and you want to offer it to somebody. So let's see what's going on. I think I'm going to take the stance that you're the seductor or seductress, if that's how you say that, the one seducing. But take it how it resonates, because maybe you're the one being seduced. Okay, so this reading, it has, to me, it has that fire sign passion all over it. It doesn't mean that you or the person you're dealing with has to be a fire sign. I just keep thinking like this is really giving me like fire sign vibes, maybe fire sign and Venus vibes, um, or a fire sign Venus, however you say it, whatever. But you got the Wheel of Fortune. I'll show you the cards. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Wands, Ace of Coins, Four of Coins, Two of Coins, and Eight of Wands. And again, I'm taking this from the person who is seducing stance. I'm doing the reading for them. I think that's you. Um, so I'm going to take that stance and just do the reading for you. So if not, you're getting the point of view of the other person, right? So anyway, I just feel like you're feeling very lucky to have this opportunity, and like it's just really felt really good to have whatever they're giving to you. You really appreciate it. You're like, man, this is like a blessing to be in this, and you're really excited to be a part of this, to hopefully grow and have this in your life. And you're not shy about expressing that. You're not shy about expressing that, hey, I want you, I want to be with you, like, let's do some, hey, come over, let's do some things. I just heard Netflix and chill, like, again, with the seductress type of thing. Um, Maybe you're like, hey, oh no, I made too much food, want to come over? I don't know, I saw someone cooking in the kitchen, like, maybe, it's just like, hey, what, I want to spend time with you, and I'm doing this thing, want to join me, type of vibe to it. Maybe you're like, hey, I'm going to the movies, want to join me? Like, oh, I got 2 tickets to, I don't know, some show, movie, want to join me? It very much has those type of vibes. Hey, I'm about to do this fun thing and I want to do it with you, type of vibes. I think it comes from, like, I'm seeing a lot of you offering, but I think it comes from something they're giving you. Maybe it's just like a rush, maybe it's just that infatuation, but it feels like they're giving you something and it's just really exciting for you. So you're just like, normally I want to be in control of myself, control of my situation, but I'm willing to work with this person. I'm willing to actually. Maybe you're the type of person who doesn't really normally put in a lot of effort in a relationship and wants to see what they'll do, but you're just like, hey, I saw what you do, and now I'm putting in a lot too. Like you're releasing that little bit of control or need to control yourself, something something about that, and it's just like, okay, maybe I need to start fresh and actually collaborate with this. And there's just like a lot of exciting energy in this. So I think we'll just go ahead and get to advice for this. I don't know what else do we need here. I guess I'll do advice, but before we do advice, I'll go, how do they see you? Since you're very excited about this, you're probably nosy about that, right? I forgot to say signs here that you could be dealing with or could be you. Doesn't have to be, but Pisces, Sagittarius, and Earth signs in general. Looking at these cards and remembering that the Ace of Coins felt more like their energy in your spread, I was like, okay, yeah, I can see it, because I don't think they're very expressive where maybe you are, and they rather do things for you, but I think they're showing up, and that's why you continue to do things for them and express to them. And I think they mirror your feelings here. Like, you feel one way, they feel the same way. It's just they're not very vocal about it, and they may be keeping it a little inside. They feel really good about it. They do. They may have worries, but I think the worries are based in like past situations where they were very nurturing, but did they get that back? I don't know. So, and I think you both have a little bit of that, like, okay, am I safe to be out of my shell a little bit? But I think you came out of your shell first in this situation. So, energy can always change, but at least for now, I do see them kind of mirroring you, like, um, feeling really good, just wanting to spend time with you, maybe you're the one who keeps inviting them this things, and maybe they're nervous about inviting you, but they feel really good whenever you invite them to things. They feel wanted, and so I don't know if you're kind of like, why do I always invite you to things? That may be in the back of the head, but there's a little bit of nervousness, and there does seem to be appreciation for you inviting them to things because it's just like, okay, I thought I had something solid in the past, but it didn't work out, and I think it's still bothering them, and they're still walking into this like I think they're trying to be brave, but it's still holding them back a little bit from being expressive, at least. Um, like I said, I did feel like the Ace of Pentacles was them, so I think while they may not be vocally expressive, they may be more like a maybe a cuddler, maybe like a acts of service type of person, maybe just someone who shows up for you when you need them to. Um, but vocalizing their feelings may not be very comfortable for them at this time. So anyway, the cards that popped up, we have the Lovers, so could be a Gemini, you could be Gemini. The High Priestess, so could be Cancer, you could be Cancer. Nine of Swords, we have the Empress, that's Taurus and Libra. Um, and the Ten of Coins. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle for advice. I'm just going to do it for this. I gave you the perspective of them. I'm going to give advice for the seductress or the seducer because I do have guys following me. I shouldn't say seductress. Possibly non-binary. Anyway, I'm overthinking that. For the seducer, we're going to get advice. So I think for the seducer, you just want to know that you guys are on the same page. Like, maybe you both are getting out of a relationship. Maybe you just know that they're getting out of a relationship that was hard on them. Maybe you know, maybe they're not just getting out of it. Maybe, but I think you're aware of like the effects of one that they got out of, and you're just like, okay, is this where you want to go? Is this how you want to move forward? Because it's like, I think you want to make sure that they're really happy here. You just want to eliminate like what path are we walking here, because you do want someone reliable, someone who's going to show up, and you're seeing that in them. You just want to make sure that you guys' goals are aligning here. So I think this conversation may need to happen. You want to feel stable in this relationship, and you want to keep putting in the effort. You just want to make sure that's where they are. And part of that may be from like the difference between you being expressive and maybe them not being as expressive. Maybe you inviting them to a lot of things and them not inviting you to as many things. And I think you just want to make sure you're on the same page. Yeah, because I don't want to make, if, in case the other side is watching, I don't want to make you feel bad, but maybe you just feel like you're putting a lot of effort in, and part of it is, like I said, they just may be scared, but like you just want to make sure that you're not just chasing someone who's running away, you're chasing someone who wants to be here, maybe just a little nervous. Because especially with there being an Aries card here, I'm just like, you may not even mind chasing, you just want to make sure you're, like I said, chasing someone who's like wanting to be here and you want to be wanted. It's just not like, okay, I'm chasing someone who's running away, like get here, come here, you know. So anyway, signs that could be, you could be dealing with, or you could be, there's fire signs in general, like twice. There's a lot of fire energy on here. I don't know if we had Sagittarius earlier, but we do have Aries and Leo specifically here. Did we have Sagittarius earlier? I don't know. Let me look real quick. Yes, yeah, we did. Okay, so all the fire signs have popped up. Who are you? Virgo, Scorpio, and Cancer. Oh, and I just noticed there are 4 major arcana in this advice. So, like, I'm just like, this conversation may be big. Maybe, like, big on, like, what direction you're going, and maybe a very important conversation to have. So, you may just want to make sure you approach it, like, in a calm and collected manner. I don't really feel like you have bad intentions or anything. I think you just want to make sure um, you guys are on the same page. I just feel like this person's kind of antsy. Um, you know, maybe still recovering a little bit. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get on to the next deck. I think that's all we're gonna say with this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. The next deck we're doing will be the original tarot. Okay, so now we're gonna do the original tarot. Those for who chose that, like, here's a little bit of a better view for it. Anyway, so I've asked the other ones this, so I'll ask you this too. I'm used to doing videos on TikTok where there's a time limit, so I don't show the shuffling. If you guys like to see the shuffling, I can start doing my YouTube videos with shuffling again. I just got in the habit of pausing during that. If not, that's what I've been doing anyway. So I just know some people like to see shuffling. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into the reading. Okay, so shuffling, this card popped out, and while I was shuffling, that's the Hierophant, by the way, which is a Taurus card. You don't have to be a Taurus for this to relate, just throwing it out there. This offer could have been in Taurus season, which would have been, and maybe you just needed time to prepare, or you could have put in an application during Taurus season, which would have been like, I think Taurus season is April 20th to May 20th. Iffy on the dates, but it's around that time. Anyway, when I was shuffling, I just kept hearing new job, and then I felt into the energy of this card, and I saw someone like packing up and like going on a trip. So this maybe it's just a longer distance, a longer communication, longer travel to work. Maybe it's a job that you had to leave for. I am hearing job, but maybe it's just a new opportunity, because this is general, so some of you it may not be a job. But since we're going, that is kind of what I heard. So with the Hierophant, oh my gosh, okay, if I can talk, okay. The Hierophant in some decks is the Pope because it can kind of be like a leader of a group of people, kind of like how the Pope is like a leader of the church, right? So you could end up having like a management position or some sort of opportunity to be a leader that maybe you didn't before. Maybe an educator. When I looked at it, I just saw like some sort of educator or teacher, maybe a trainer. Do I have anything else to say on that? Any other messages? I look straight at the keys and there's something about the keys. Like the door's finally open for you. Like this, maybe it's an opportunity that you've been waiting on for a long time. This has been a long-term goal of yours that is finally coming true. That you've had to have a lot of display a lot of patience for. Sorry, different words popping in my head at the same time. You've had to display a lot of patience for. You've played the long game, but you knew you were going to get it, and the opportunity is finally popping up. So we have the Tower, Temperance, and the Ace of Cups. So I just kind of feel like you may have had a similar position before, or maybe you just lost. This is a situation where your faith was shook up. Somehow, faith in whatever situation you were in, something happened, and you knew that whatever you were doing just wouldn't work anymore, and I think you had to change it up. And this is kind of displaying like your faith in what you were going to do, your new career path, your new opportunity was going to open up. You just had to have patience. You stayed grounded, and you were like, no, this is the direction I'm going to go. So I don't know if this, since it said you're like, what did I say? Your faith was shook. So I don't know if this was a moment before you actually switched jobs or lost a job. This could have been something that was just like, oh, this place is just not going to work for me anymore. Or this situation isn't going to work for me anymore if this isn't a job. But I'm really getting that job vibe. So I'm gonna keep going with that, but take it how it resonates. Like I said, this is general. Um, but you, like the Ace of Cups, it's just like I think this is just taking the process of getting here. Like here's that offer that finally came in that was just so overwhelming and so exciting that you finally got to it. So Scorpio, Aries, and Sagittarius is also in here. We also just have water signs in general. So this just seems like a really good time in your life, a really good blessing. I'm really happy to do this reading for you. Like, and I'm like, why am I doing such a good reading? Normally people need to hear something. I don't know. Maybe you need advice. Maybe this is really good, but maybe you're nervous about it. I don't know. Maybe for some of you, you're in an earlier stage of this where you're just like, okay, I know it's coming, but I don't know when. Um, I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead and jump into advice for you, because this seems really positive. So I'm like, well, where's the? Usually people need it for like the people who need readings are like, I'm nervous, what's going on? So maybe you just need advice for this. I don't know. Well, you know what? If you just need to hear a good job, then good job. You know? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, there's vibes of like, am I good enough for this? Am I God, what is that phrase? Where imposter syndrome, where you're just kind of like, what am I even doing? Like I'm not fit out, or I'm not fit for this. Like oh my gosh, type of thing. Like you're getting really nervous. Well, you just have to remember they chose you for a reason. So choose to protect your emotions and like evaluate the situation for what it is. Think about okay, they offered it to me. They wanted me. Okay, I can do this. I'm new to it, but you know, I can talk about the situation. There will be training opportunities. I may not walk in with all the knowledge, but I can walk in being someone who like wants to learn, someone who is very eager in the situation. Just remembering that they offered this to you, so stop like battling yourself in your mind and just it's kind of like you're hurting yourself before and trying to be like okay they don't want me before like you even get here because it's like they offered this to you for a reason they wanted you but um in your head you're just kind of like do they though but they offered you it so there this advice is just kind of like okay when you get like that try to ground and think about okay you're gonna be okay they offered this to you for a reason now just go in and do your best is basically what I'm saying. So, Five of Swords, Three of Swords, Two of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Nine of Swords. So, signs that are in here, we have Gemini and Cancer. Of course, you don't have to be that, it could be in a chart somewhere. I mean, all the signs are in everyone's chart, so whatever, but you may identify with one heavier than the other. Anyway, um, anything else? No, I think this is it. I think you just needed to know that, like, it's going to be okay. They offered this for a reason. And I know, like, saying, okay, you just need to get grounded is a lot easier than actually being in that situation, but you may just be, like, you're letting things get to you before you even have a chance to see the situation for what it is, you know? So anyway, hopefully this helps. And we're going to go ahead and go to the last deck, the Tattoo Tarot. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Okay, so for those who chose the Tattoo Tarot deck, this is for you. And I did ask in all the other ones. I forgot to ask in the introduction, so whatever. I'm used to doing videos on TikTok where there's a time limit, so I cut out the shuffling, but I think some people actually like to see shuffling, so I don't mind doing that on YouTube because I don't have to make like a 10-part series if I include shuffling. So let me know if you like to see that, because I don't mind including shuffling, you know. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the Tattoo Tarot. So I'm seeing you just, you're crying at the door as someone's like beating the door trying to get in, like begging for another chance, asking for forgiveness, asking why you won't forgive them, but like part of you wants to, but the other part's just like you cut too deep, basically. Um, that's that's what I'm seeing here before I even get any other cards out. So that's what this is going to be about. So let's go ahead and get some cards. So I just see you. You're not. You want to let them back in, but you just don't have any more love to give in the situation. You're just like, you feel so defeated, and you're just like, I can't. I just don't think it'd be a good idea to go through all of this again. I can't put myself through all this again. And you feel very sympathetic towards them, but it's also like, but I'm also hurting. So part of you may be feeling a little selfish right now, but like, okay, yeah, they're hurting, but you're also hurting. And I feel like they cut you very deeply. And it's okay to not be okay. Like, you don't have anything to give to them right now. That's what I'm seeing here. Maybe you feel guilty over that, but I mean, what did they do? Because right at the bottom, it just kind of feels like, okay, you were really happy about this. This was something you really boasted about, celebrated. Um, you were just really happy to be here. You saw this being very successful. You thought this was it, basically. You were really in love here. And you told everyone about this. It's just that kind of vibe. Like, they just put a smile on your face and you just kept talking about it. You were very hopeful about this, so you just kept putting in the work. And then, whatever you're crying about, whatever they did to hurt you, whatever they did to, um, whatever happened, whatever this realization is, whatever this unexpected news is, it just cut you so deep that everything changed, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, it's like, I did love you, it's just I don't know if I can anymore with all of this that happened, with this revelation, realization, or whatever, that just led to this heartbreak. Um, like, they did something that cut you so deep that you're just, you can't, you can't right now. And that's okay. Like, there's consequences to actions. You don't have to feel bad because you're in pain and you need time apart to deal with that. Um, so, I think we're going to get advice for you. I don't know what else. I'm hearing why. So, I guess we'll go, why did they do it? I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but why did they do it? Are you sure you want to hear that? Okay. I guess if you don't want to hear that, you can stop the video now. Um, but I'm hearing why, so I think some of you want to know why. Whew, that's going to be heavy. Anyway, so I see water signs in general. We have Cancer specifically, we have air signs in general, and we have Aquarius specifically. You could be that, you could be dealing with that. We have the Ace of Cups, we have Ten of Swords, we have the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, we have the Ten of Coins, we have the Three of Cups, we have the Star, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Three of Swords. So let's go ahead and get into the why. So basically what I'm seeing in this is, maybe they had other opportunities, they wanted to move forward with you, but they didn't know if this was the best opportunity. It was always in the back of their mind. Maybe they had other offers and they just wanted to explore, and they did. And then it took losing you. It's like that whole, like, don't know what you had till it's gone type of concept. Once they've lost you, they're like, oh man, I messed up. And that's basically what happened. They had that realization once they lost you that they messed up. They lost out on a really good thing, that you were the better choice, that you were the better decision. Now, this is what the cards say. I'll get you actually advice. I'll get you what spirit says and all that. But this is coming from Tyler right now, okay? This is coming from Tyler. I think it's bullshit if someone has to lose you to find out they wanted to keep you. Just saying. I think that's bullshit. They have to disrespect you and you put up a boundary, or you be like, okay, you crossed the line, goodbye. And then be like, oh God, okay, what did I do? That's bullshit. Like, that's my opinion. You're gonna live your life. I just think, you know, that whole like, oh, I lost them, and and now I see how good they are. Yeah, I don't know. I Something rubs me wrong about that. So anyway, I'll show you the cards that are in here. We have the Chariot, that's a Cancer card. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius and Pisces. Six of Coins. We have the Ace of Coins, Earth signs in general. We have the Hermit, Virgo card. And we also have the Tower, that's Aries and Scorpio. So I'm going to go ahead and get advice for you. I just want you guys to know it took a second to get grounded because, like, this energy annoyed me. So I'm like, okay, I set up a good advice from the cards, from Spirit, and I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm still annoyed in here. You got Tyler's advice, take it or leave it. And now you're going to get Spirit's advice. Of course, you can take that or leave it too. But I just wanted y'all to know, like, just in case it ends up kind of coming out the same, I took a second to get grounded. That way it's not me, it's going to be the cards and Spirit. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cards before I start saying it. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the World. And we have the Fool. So, I see you may want clarity on the situation. You may want them to just say the truth. Just give me the truth. Why you did this? What happened? You may want closure on this whole situation, but there is like a need to protect yourself here. If you do have that conversation, I just feel like they may end up being a little deceptive. They may lie. They may not give you the truth, or they just may say things to pull you back in. There's a little bit of you need to protect yourself if you have this conversation, if this is what you want. And honestly, with that World and the Fool combination, it's just like, you know, you may have had good times, you may have had bad times. This may be a lesson to learn for your next adventure. But it does feel like it's time for the next adventure. Go somewhere where you're going to feel good, because you're not going to feel good returning to this. It's like this caused a lot of pain and you can't heal. Where they say you can't heal where you in the situation. I am messing up the phrase, but it's like you can't heal where you were hurt. So, and that's part of it. So you need to go find where you're happy. You need to go find where you feel good. You need to just enjoy for a little bit. And this isn't necessarily like jump into another relationship. It's just like find your passion, find what makes you happy, and do it. You may have been giving a lot to this other person, and now it's time to give to you. You know, find what you want to do. Walk your journey. So signs I'm seeing in this that you could be or you could be dealing with, doesn't have to be, but Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Aquarius again. Some people say the Fool's Aries, but the Fool is ruled by Uranus, which is like in modern astrology an Aquarius ruler. So that just kind of popped in my head with the Aries one, but like I'm not gonna say they're wrong. I just don't know how they say Aries. Maybe it's because they're the first zodiac sign and the pioneer. I don't know. Anyway, just throwing that out there. So for me, the Fool's Aquarius. Okay, I think we're done. I'm just starting to ramble. Sorry. Hopefully you enjoyed this reading, and hopefully it helped. I don't know if you enjoyed it with how sad this was, but hopefully it at least helps you. I hope this helps you heal on your healing journey. I hope it can at least prepare you a little bit, especially with that Seven of Swords there. Hurts sinister. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. Have a great night.